This is Rock and Roll English. Real people, real English.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll English. In today's show I talk to Dan the man, obviously, about friendship because, you know, we are friends and we had nothing else to talk about. Early on in today's podcast, I use a bit of rock and roll vocabulary, which I forget to mention. So I use the verb rehearse, where I say we didn't rehearse that. And it basically means to practice. Often a music band, actually, before they play a concert, they will rehearse. Also, there's a strange thing that happens quite early where Dan and I talk about marrying each other. All you need to know about this is when we marry someone in England, when you are in the church, they say, for example, do you take Martin Johnston to be your husband? And the other person says, I do. Okay? It sounds strange, I know, but if you listen, you will understand why I'm telling you that now. Anyway, I will stop boring you with my boring voice and let you listen to my boring voice again with Dan's boring voice. So have fun. Dan the man, how are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
I was okay. Now I'm talking to you, I'm less okay, but, you know, I can't complain. I can't moan, a word from last week.
You're such a good friend.
Well, friendship is what we're talking about today, actually, Dan. We didn't rehearse that, by the way, in case anyone's thinking that we planned to say that at the beginning of the show.
I was being sarcastic, anyway.
Okay. You're such a joker, aren't you, Dan? You are just so funny. But before we do, because I keep forgetting in the other shows, to read the reviews with you. So let's read this one. This is from Monia79X. This is an iTunes review, which is our favourite ones. And it says, I love you guys. I'm improving my terrible English laughing. So she loves both of us, Dan, you and I.
Oh, I'm surprised by that.
Well, I am as well, to be honest, because you don't really do anything on the show. The show is really all about me, isn't it? But, you know, she loves you too, Dan. Maybe she feels sorry for you.
Hopefully.
Yeah. When I say that the show is all about me there, that is the opposite of being humble. But obviously I was only joking. And another comment that we had, which I'm interested to see your thoughts on, is from Uning1101, who we've mentioned on a previous show, actually. This listener left another comment saying, 27 years of friendship. Wow, you love each other, no doubt. So I'll ask you again, Dan. Do you love me?
It's too early to be asking this in the podcast. I'll let you know at the end of the podcast.
Okay, thanks. Just so you know, though, I replied to him saying, yes, but these have been the worst 27 years of my life. The 5 years before I met you were incredible. And then for the last 27 years, I have been carrying a weight on my shoulders. So I have been carrying present perfect continuous there. Started in the past, still in progress.
So you don't love me?
Absolutely not. You don't need to wait to the end of the show to find out the answer. I'll give you a definite answer now. Anyway, so that is what we're talking about today's friendship. And as, you know, we have been friends for quite a long time, I consider us to be, well, not experts, but we know one or two things about friendship.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only thing that...
Some marriages don't last that long.
Exactly. Well, in fact, 27 years for a marriage is a good time in these days.
That's not me asking you to marry me, by the way.
Yes, I do. Let's get
a million
married.
times yes.
All the listeners are invited to our wedding, which will, well, we need to plan it. We need to plan it first. Okay, so let's talk about some facts about Facebook. It says that, and this is something very important actually, that men and women can't be friends. This is an important question. This is from the University of Wisconsin, which is a place in America. What do you think about that, Dan? Can men and women be friends?
Why did they say they can't be friends?
Well, because one of them, the man always wants more, or the woman always wants more. You know, they want to.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
You've got no friends, men or women.
Women stay away from me, so it's hard to tell.
To be honest, I thought that was true in the past, but in the last few years, I have actually made a few friends of the opposite sex.
Is that because you know they definitely don't want more?
I don't know. It could be. Well, I think probably they maybe want more, Dan. You know, but I'm not interested. You know, I've just got all of these girls after me.
Now you're famous.
With those 370 Facebook likes, it's not surprising that all the women now want me.
You told me you got stopped in the street the other day.
I did get stopped in the street. It was a pleasure. A very nice lady stopped me in the street and said that she enjoyed the podcast. So I think her name was Flavia. So if you are listening, Flavia, thank you very much for that. That was very nice. And it made my day. What does it mean to made my day, Dan?
It made you extremely happy.
Yeah, it was the best thing of the day. Basically, my day was shit until that point, and then everything changed, and it was a fantastic day. It says here that animals have friends. They can make friendships with different species. So like a monkey can make friends with an elephant, and they can become friends for life.
I consider you a monkey. So
I am very hairy. I have a lot of hair on my body. So I am very similar to a monkey. But yeah, I didn't know that. I've never seen a monkey and an elephant, like, you know, hanging out and just chatting.
You're following the wrong Facebook groups. I like all those animal ones on Facebook.
Well, as one of our previous episodes showed, I do not like animals, and animals do not like me. So, you know, I don't know anything about their friendship habits. And it says here that love loses you friends, because obviously when you are friends with, well, I don't know, your girlfriend's friends or your boyfriend's friends, when the relationship ends, then obviously you lose friends. Has that ever happened to you, Dan? Never had a girlfriend, you don't know?
Well, I can't remember making that good friends with my ex-girlfriend's friends.
Yeah. It's the same as me, really. Although I have made some friends with ex-girlfriends who I'm still in contact with.
Oh, I'm still friends. Yeah, I'm still friends with some ex-girlfriends, but most of
the ex-girlfriends or the ex-girlfriend's friends.
The ex-girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the question though, Dan. So try to listen.
But I'm quite funny about. I'm not funny, but I'm quite selective of my friends.
Yeah.
Whereas you will take anything you can get.
Take anything you can get. I don't know. That is actually the next point, actually, where it says that friendship is about quality, not quantity. What do you think about that?
Well, the past 27 years doesn't quite make sense then, but...
Why not?
Because the quality of your friendship is...
Oh, okay. I see what you mean, actually. Yeah. Okay, that was actually quite a witty thing that you said there, Dan. What does it mean, witty?
Funny. Clever.
Funny, but in an intelligent way.
It went over your head, didn't it?
Remember, to go over your head is when you don't understand something. It nearly went over my head. But I completely agree with that, actually, that it's about quality, not quantity, because I also sometimes meet some people that say, like, oh, you know, so-and-so is my best friend. So,
and they've known them 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So we met like 3 months ago. And then 3 months later, they have a new best friend. And I sort of think, well...
They change like the wind.
Yes, change like the wind. Absolutely. And I sort of think, even though I only have like 2 or 3 friends. I mean, it probably is just because I'm a bit of an idiot and no one enjoys talking to me. But I tell myself, probably to make myself feel better, that it's because friendship is about quality and not quantity.
Absolutely.
It also improves your health if you have good friends. So, like, being friends with me, is that why you think you are in such great physical condition?
But terrible mental health. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that, though? You think it's true? Improves your health?
I don't know, because most of my friends, either live abroad or live not that close by. So I don't know. I don't know if I feel healthier for having. I don't know.
Again, such a great answer from Dan the man. What do you think about this, Dan? I don't know. Well, thank you very much for your information. I'm sure
you gave
all the
me
listeners...
zero prep.
Prep, he means preparation, by the way. One other one on this study, which I saw, this is from the Department of Public Health at the University of London. I mean, this is a really interesting thing. It says here, men and women are different.
Wow.
I think
2 million for that research.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for that. This fantastic study from your university. I could have said, men have penises, women don't. So, they are different. Congratulations.
It's actually real.
I think there was more to the study, but not a lot more. It basically said that, they have different relationships with different people because they are different. So, thank you very much, University of London.
Yeah, that's why they go to university, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope my taxes didn't pay for that research. Fucking bastards.
You don't pay English taxes, do you?
I do actually, but let's not talk about my tax. Thanks on on this podcast. Another one on the study, again not so useful. This is from University of Pennsylvania. Says that we are always jealous of our friends. So, are you jealous of me, Dan?
Absolutely not. Are you jealous of me?
Why would I be jealous of you? I've got like a great life. I'm really cool, and
you're getting stopped in the street.
Getting stopped in the street by people, doing other great stuff like really difficult to think of at the moment, but lots of amazing things.
And your life is still better than mine, yeah?
But my life is still better than yours, so yeah. It says here, so this is some good advice. If you want to keep a friend for a long time, giving is more important than receiving. Okay? I think this is true in our relationship, Dan, because I have given you a lot of knowledge over the years. I can't remember what you've given me, but
I've been
happy
carrying
to do
you
that.
for 27 years.
Happy to do that because I'm a humble, selfless person. Remember, humble is from a previous show, like modest, good person. So that's the type of guy I am. Just giving you some of my wisdom for free.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm grateful.
Well, that's no problem. You should maybe do something for me one time to show.
Oh, God, here we go. What do you want?
Okay, actually, we've come more or less to the end of the show now, so why don't you tell me? As you said at the beginning of the show, do you love me?
No.
Well, that was a categoric answer there from Dan the Man. So thank you very much for your time. Speaking about friendship, I hope... I
hope we're friends this time next week.
Well, we never know. You never know. It can change at any moment. But I hope some people learned some stuff about friendship from this show. Obviously, I didn't learn anything from you because you said things like, I don't know, like usual. But, from me, I'm just giving things out, which, as we have seen, is
You're
important.
an all-round good guy.
all-round good guy. That's me. Thanks very much for your time, Dan. We'll see you soon.
Speak to you next week.
See you later. So that was Dan and I talking about friendship. Hopefully we won't be friends for the next 27 years. I'm trying to find a way to lose him. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Anyway, so that rock and roll vocabulary. We had rehearse, which I mentioned at the beginning of the show, which is to practice. We had it made my day. So just remember this phrase together, because it's very useful. If something good happens to you, you can say, it made my day. It was the best thing in my day. And we had witty, which remember is when you say something very funny, but something in an intelligent way. It's different to be just funny. If someone falls off a chair, it's funny, I laugh. But that is not witty. Witty is an intelligent joke. To go over your head again, I think we had that last week, when you don't understand. Dan's witty joke went over my head in this situation. And we had prep, which is a very common thing that people say because we are too lazy to say preparation. You know, we have a lot of things to do. So if we say preparation, you know, we just haven't got time to do everything in the day. So we say prep. Anyway, I know you're all really busy as well, but you probably know what I'm going to ask you. Reviews. If you have a chance to leave a review, that would be fabulous. Very fabulous. Look on the website if you don't know how to do it. There are instructions. And go to the website anyway to look at the rock and roll vocabulary. It will help you remember when you can visualize the word. Anyway, I am going back to London before the next episode. So next time you hear me, I will be speaking to you from London. I mean, it doesn't change anything for you, but just to let you know. Thanks as always for listening. Have a great weekend and rock on.
Thanks so much for listening to Rock and Roll English. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit rockandrollenglish.com and facebook.com/rockandrollenglish. We'll catch you next time.